G'day and welcome to Wine Week. I'm Danny.
And I'm Brad.
And you're going to start us off this week, mate.
I am going to start us off with a wine that people are quite enjoying at the moment. Mount Langi are a winery that's been, look, they've been around for quite some time, but recently they've enjoyed a rich vein of form flowing right through from their top-end Shiraz, which they're really well known for. And the good thing about that is it filters down all the way into their lower edge stuff too. So they've got a few levels, and this is the Cliff Edge Shiraz, and this one kind of sits in the middle. There's a cheaper one, the Billy, and this one you pick up around the traps around the sort of mid-20s. But look, when you're coming from some quality soil here that these guys have got in the Grampians, just here in Victoria, the vines that they've had growing there for decades and decades, they're producing Shiraz in that cool climate style. So a little bit different to your big bold Barossa Shiraz. There's some elegance here, and this represents fantastic value for money at the moment, around the sort of mid-20s. So if you're looking for Mount Langi and you can't afford the top stuff, get into this one.
Yeah, as Brad said, the Billy, which is below this, also ripper value for money. So toss up between them depending on how much you've got in the pocket this week. Now, the next one we're going to have a look at, you better have some money in the pocket this week. This is the Heemskerk Coal River Riesling. Now, when I say having to have some money in the pocket, this is $40 and above. Look, there aren't that many Rieslings in Australia that are kind of pushing that sort of territory. Beautiful packaging, really nice wine inside, but a little bit different. Last week we talked about a slightly different Riesling from the guys at Best's. This slightly different even for Tasmanian Riesling, in that there's a fair bit of treatment that goes on with it in regards to lees sitting on the kind of the refuse of the winemaking in the barrels, and a fair bit of oak at the same time. So this one, it's not that straight steel, almost like a metal ruler in the mouth that some of the kind of Clare Rieslings can be like. This, a little bit more rounded, but still a lot of minerality in there. It still tastes a bit like stone at the same time as having that oak in there. Really interesting, really worth a look as long as you've got the money hanging around. And look, Anna Pooley doing great stuff. We talked to her on the show recently. The Pinot, another one to look out for Heemskerk.
Yeah, and Heemskerk is a brand that they've revived just recently and really pitched it at the premium level, and I'm glad to say that the wine is actually living up to the premium brand.
Yeah, that's the 07, the 08 you'll find out and about as well at the moment. Don't be afraid of that. Grab hold of them.
Yeah. And I'm going to finish with something a little bit different. Now, we haven't done too many straight Malbecs on the show before. In fact, I have a feeling we've only done one, and that was the Bleasdale a little while ago. But this is one that I actually just got recommended this week that I have a look at, and I was actually really pleasantly surprised. These guys, Harcourt Valley, they've been making wine in Bendigo for quite a long time. Little family-run operation, not massive distribution. They're not out there to make a squillion dollars. They just make wine that they enjoy, and what they've done here with this 2008 limited release Malbec is really a lovely drinking wine. In fact, I opened it up last night and had it, and it was drinking really well now for a 2008 as a young wine, but would also reward, you know, if you put it down for a couple of years, it'll soften out a little and gain a little bit more complexity. But the thing that impressed me most was the price. It was actually under $20, and look, for a good Aussie Malbec, we don't do that many good straight Aussie Malbecs around. So Harcourt Valley, if you're looking for something a little bit different, impress your friends, bring this one out, and I'm sure it'll be a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, look, $20 for a straight decent Malbec, that's pretty good. I opened a straight Malbec recently with friends from Wendouree. You're certainly not going to get a glass of that anywhere for $20. So look, if you're interested in what the grape's like, that's a great way to get into it. Anyhow, that's it for this week on Wine Week. We'll see you all again next week.
See you next week.